They say that if it has happened once, it could be a mistake. But if it has happened more than once, then there could be a pattern. And that got me thinking that as we navigate through our lives, we all experience certain patterns, be it in our work, relationship, or any other situation. And no matter what you try, there is always this undercurrent of familiarity in these experiences. You can take help from self help books, therapists, etc. But there is some deep rooted, unresolved emotional pattern. And can it be healed? Can it be resolved? I found my answers through some energy healing practices like Reiki, and I hope you all find yours too. I thought of exploring this topic of energy healing, Reiki further with my teacher who taught me Reiki last year, and she is an experienced energy practitioner and healer, and Reiki teacher and founder of Asmi Wellness, Pallavi. So thank you, Pallavi, for making time for this chat. I'm very confident that our viewers are going to enjoy this, learn a lot, and feel more curious to try something like energy healing or Reiki. So, my first question: what was that pivotal moment in your life that made you decide to learn Reiki, teach Reiki, or broadly speaking, energy healing?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me, and I hope at least few people find something to take away from this conversation. You asked very two important questions: that what was the pivotal moment? Unfortunately, I don't have a very emotional story for it. I was going to turn 40, and like they say that life hits you, and then you wonder what is this life about, right? So at that point in time, I said before I turned 40, I had to learn something. So whether it's meditation, vipassana, go for a vipassana course, or get into something. Everything that I looked up, everything needed a lot of practice, patience, and discipline. And I was not somebody who would look for that at that point in time. So I said, there's a Reiki course that says that you will learn over a weekend and everybody learns. And that looked promising. And I said, that's not a bad thing to try. And that's when I started. And I think one after another levels, I kept on learn the Reiki levels. Being a very rational person, I needed a proof. And I think you can relate to it. So we all need some kind of a proof, and it's not just a placebo. So I started feeling a lot in my body, and I took on the practice to do every day religiously 20-30 minutes. I kept on practicing. But the big shift happened when I went to do my master course. It was a 5 days course, and on the last day, I went on a walk, and it was a beautiful walk. It was early morning, not really early morning, actually like 7 o'clock, just post after the sunrise. And beautiful walk, ocean on one side. I'm climbing a small hill. Sun has risen up in front of me, and you know how you have these introspective walks. And I had a lot of healing that happened in my master course, and I was getting more and more clarity. And at that moment, I felt one with all the earth elements, the sun, the ocean, the water, the birds were chirping, and I'm on my own walking. And I felt very calm inside. And it really had a very beautiful inner peace. At the same time, I felt really connected with my surrounding, Mother Earth. And I said, if everybody could, experience this inner calm, the world would be a different place. So that thought got me to, start Asmi Wellness, start teaching, and students have been coming slowly. Those who feel aligned with my energy, they come, and that's how it's been going so far.
Great. And as they say, charity begins at home. So I'm sure your family is enjoying that calmness radiating through you. So amazing. And for our audience, someone who is new to this concept, how would you explain Reiki? And I keep saying Reiki or energy healing, as you would want to say it, in simple terms, in a layman term.
Reiki is a high frequency energy, you know, simple as that. Like you get a signal in your TV or radio, Reiki is that kind of a signal which is very high frequency. We all are energy beings at a very atomic level. We are all, everything in this room, you and me, we are made up of, electrons, protons, neutrons, and there's a nucleus in us, and we are vibrating all the time, whether it's our physical actions, our gross body, which is also energy, if you look at the vibrating field. So with our frequency, when this high frequency interacts, that's when the magic happens. It elevates your frequency. So Reiki, simplistically saying, it's a beautiful, loving energy, um, and it comes and it does the job.
Yeah. And as I started as a skeptic, and my journey is still going on and enjoying this experience, so I can vouch for this. It's a great experience. Now, how one can experience Reiki at a physical and emotional level? If you can give some examples.
So to experience Reiki, either you can learn, okay, or you can go to somebody who's learned, and every time we say learned, they've learned to channelize it. So how would you feel it? I think if that's what you're asking, when you receive Reiki, physical not symptoms, but there would be physical sensations, and whatever I list out, it could be different from for each person, because everybody's body awareness is different. So you could feel certain tingling sensations, a bit of a warmth. Sometimes you may feel cold patch as well, so that's also fine. And sometimes people don't feel anything, that's also fine, because the healing is happening at an energetic level. And if you're not able to pick up through your five senses, rest assured, as long as you're feeling calm and relaxed, that's also doing its job.
And it changes as
It
I'm
does change, yeah,
experiencing.
yeah.
Like it started with a lot of sensation around my throat, and then it now I don't feel so much there, and it goes in different areas all
So
the
wherever
time. So
Reiki is going, you're going to feel it more there, you know. So yeah, so maybe you needed some work on the throat, and that's why we are here recording this, so your throat is
yeah, it
clear.
was a sign. It was a sign. Great. So talking about the practice, for a beginner or anyone who wants to learn, how often one has to practice this? And we all have very busy lives, so how one can fit this practice into their daily life and make it simpler to apply in your
Okay,
life.
before I answer that, I would say that when you get initiated into Reiki, Reiki is not something like a like a PDF, or you watch a video on YouTube and then you'll be able to practice it. It's not a skill that you get by just looking at things. You need to get initiated into it, and when I say that, essentially your teacher opens your auric field and gets that high frequency light into your auric field. Okay, and when that happens, I think the best analogy could be, we all have the pipe systems in our house, the water pipes.
Yeah.
And if you are away for a very long time, and if you live in a cold country, or nobody's used the house or the water pipes, they get rusted, they may be clogged, jammed, etc., right? So when you get initiated into Reiki, somebody kind of puts a very strong drain to drain out the pipes, so your energy channels get really cleared. That's how you're able to channelize energy. So if that has happened, you can understand that first of all you need to be stay connected with the practice. So you need to keep opening the tap. So 5 minutes to up to your 20-30 minutes, whatever you can do, minimum one time. Okay, when I say that, it doesn't mean if you don't practice for a couple of days you're going to forget it, but at the same time, I would like to tell people that if you don't use the pipes for very long time, they will be rusted again, so you will need another initiation. So 5 to 30 minutes every day. And you mentioned about having busy life. I can understand it, but I think people who are disciplined and want to really work on it, they find the 5 minutes time. And the best is, I always tell all my students that if you can't find time, then you're going to bed, lie down, and then do the practice. 5 minutes, that's what you can do.
Yeah, no one can make an excuse for not making 5 minutes for this. and it does have a lot of change within. So once you start seeing those changes, I think you will start making time for it,
Yeah.
irrespective. So that's great, and I think it's simpler. It has a very simpler approach, simplified approach to apply or imbibe in your life. So I think it is very much doable.
Also, I think like other practices, if you want to do yoga, you need a yoga mat, you need to be at a certain place, you need to wake up at a certain time, then that's more effective. With
Mm.
Reiki, there are no such rules. You can be watching a television and at the same time giving Reiki, and giving Reiki is nothing but placing your palms on various parts of your body. So you don't need to be sitting up. If you sit up, like if you're doing any breathing practice, obviously your energy channels also go through your spine, etc. So it helps. But you could be lying down watching television, taking a shower and giving yourself Reiki, or sitting in a sauna and doing Reiki.
Yeah, it's
I've
that
not left you
simple.
any excuses now.
Trust me, I have not applied it everywhere, but wherever I get a chance, I do, and it does help a lot in grounding yourself or bringing centering yourself. Okay, is Reiki helpful only at physical level? And if not, if I want to touch base on emotional level, how does it
Hmm.
help?
Okay. So, as I was saying, we are all emotional, we are all energetic beings. Once we establish that, uh, we are not just a physical body. Physical body obviously is made up of matter, and that is it also has an energy print of the physical body. But at the same time, our thoughts, you know thoughts also cause feelings, emotions. That's also an energy. So we have a physical body, we have an emotional body, to say, and obviously with our breath we have a prana body as well. So when this energy comes, the high frequency energy comes, it just doesn't go to your physical being, it also goes into your emotional being, it also goes into your prana body. And obviously in a yogic term we have more five bodies. There's also wisdom body and bliss body. But at a at a very basic at a very basic level, the way we operate in the life, our emotions, our physical health matter us the most, right? Mental health as well. When this energy comes, it's gonna, if there is any stagnation in your physical body, whether there's a injury anywhere, so because of that the energy is not moving, it's gonna push and move the stagnant energy out of your body. At the same time, it can do the same thing for your emotional body. So if there are any
Mm.
emotional, heavy emotions stuck, any grief or sadness or anything that you're finding it difficult to let go of, it can also come and clear that away. Again, as I said, that if you can increase the tap, when you open the tap, the water is going to try and push if there is anything clogged, and it's going to push it out.
Okay. I think, yeah, you're right. Like your emotional capacity increases, I think.
Hmm.
Your capacity or your way of handling situations changes,
Okay.
is what I can say, or through my experience. And that brings me to my favorite topic, that is relationship. So, how does Reiki help in improving relationship or healing relationship related patterns?
Hmm. So that's a very interesting and very important question for quite a lot of us. And any healing or teaching I do, we always need to go from how you are, what's your relationship with yourself. So obviously it helps in relationship. I would not say that you give Reiki to your partner or somebody who's causing you trouble and then things will be solved. That's not what I mean. But there's always a underlying cause for whatever issues, if you see it as, between two people. There is usually some pattern driven out of either beliefs or certain past experiences or certain judgments about the other person, right? When you receive Reiki, when you give Reiki to yourself, the energy body, the emotional body is going to get a cleanse, it's going to detox. By that means, it doesn't mean, you know it's going to disappear. What happens really, things come to your surface. Right now perhaps your mind is clouded and you're holding your opinion so strongly,
Mm.
but the moment that high frequency energy comes, it's going to give you that awareness that I could be wrong, or hold on a sec, I didn't consider this point of view. And that awareness is going to help you to, you still have to take certain actions, it's not going to disappear, Okay, but that is what Reiki would do. It will bring things to your awareness, and if you're feeling in a certain way and you're finding it really hard to give let go of certain things, that energy boost is going to help you and make it easier for you to let go, accept things, and really look at things from different perspective.
So when you say letting go, it can be anything, letting go of a person or a
Hmm.
hurt from the past, which we usually hold on to.
Yeah,
So it
so
can be.
it will give you a clarity of mind, that what is it that really, not really what you want, but what you need,
Hmm.
and who you are. And that clarity comes from the perspective of who you are. Am I really this person? Am I compromising on something? Am I letting go of my own, you know are
Identity.
you dimming your light in a way, right? Are
Hmm.
you compromising too much for the sake of something, or are you feeling insecure, that's why you're trying to hold on to something? So it can be anything. It's very personal situation. It could be a very personal situation, a very subjective answer to this question, but I think you will get clarity of mind. And with that, the more clarity you get and the more confident you get, it's easier for you to either let go, accept, whether it's relationship, a person, or something in the past that you're still holding on to. Yes, letting go does get easier.
So in a relationship, if only one of the partners is practicing Reiki, would it
Hmm.
help in improving the relationship?
Okay, so I would say I can look at it from two different perspectives. Okay, or maybe at least two things I have noticed typically. So when two people are in a relationship, and let's assume that there is some grievance, right? And one person decides to take charge of their energy. So they could be doing certain practices. It could be energy healing, Reiki, or simply trying to understand their own behavior, better, and with an awareness operate. So when this person starts to work on themselves, if you're aligned with the other person, and the person would take notice of you, that because your focus is not that I am doing it and you also do it. You're solely focused on getting yourself at a certain level, make yourself a better case, fall in love with yourself first. For example, if that's your objective, you work on yourself, quite likely the other person will see that and would want to really take efforts, would would acknowledge, would want to know what you're doing, and then that would kind of rub it on them, and they would
Hmm.
take interest and they would also change. So this is one case scenario. Second scenario could be that you work on yourself and you get a clarity of mind, and the other person doesn't really see the way you're blossoming, and you might just grow apart.
Hmm.
But in such situation, even now, a lot of people are in relationship and they think they are in a relationship because there is no other option, because quite often familiarity is better than charting new paths.
Hmm.
So you may still want to be in that relationship, but if you are improving and getting better, and as I said, it will give you clarity of mind and that confidence, you will see that this relationship is not going to work, so it's better to let go.
Hmm.
That's what I would say. So, and I've
Yeah.
seen both sides happening.
Yeah, as I mentioned, like if you notice a pattern, make sure if it's an unhealthy pattern, then definitely
Yeah.
this practice can help you break that pattern or change it for good. So great. Now let's do a bit of fun, quick rapid fire as it's very
Rapid fire.
famous. So true or false segment. Okay. So there might be some myths around Reiki
Hmm.
practice, which I want to ask you, and please change or break those myths for us. So, Reiki works only in person. True or false?
Obviously false. I think we explained about it. We are all part of a giant Wi-Fi network, and with an intention, the energy can travel anywhere.
Okay. Then Reiki has to work instantly and it's a quick fix solution for your problem.
False. There are never quick
There are
fixes.
no quick fixes.
You have to work. I would say that it works faster in certain cases. Certain physical elements, it is, you can see fast results. But obviously, if you are injured, you got a cut, obviously put a plaster, go for emergency care. But after the surgery, for example, then the recovery would be faster. And it's not a one session fix. It may become a one session fix for certain people. They come for just to get the clarity, and they come in the session and they have the clarity and then they're gone. But if you have a deeper issue, more sessions are needed. And even for self reiki practice, you can vouch for it that it takes a while. Even, for that matter, any medicine you take, there's a course that you need to follow for certain days. Even antibiotics have a 4 to 5 days of minimum course.
Yeah. And as we all know, no crash diet plans or no crash courses work long term. So we are taking the long term route. And the last one is, if I'm not feeling anything, it's not working.
In a session?
Yes.
Okay. If I'm channeling Reiki, I have a certain sensation in my body, in my palms, and I'm feeling, seeing, with my clairs, I'm able to see whether Reiki is going in or not. So if I'm seeing it, if the practitioner says that you have received it well, believe it. Not everybody has that physical awareness to really sense everything that's happening in their body. For some people, it could be just that they felt so calm and relaxed. Some people, quite a lot of people fall asleep, by the way. That doesn't mean that when you were sleeping, Reiki was not working. I think quite the contrary. If you fall asleep, that means your body was so relaxed, you must have received it much better.
Okay. So often people have this question, they have asked me, and I want to be brave and put it up to you, Pallavi, that why does it cost to receive or learn something like Reiki or energy healing?
Yeah, so for quite a lot of people have this misconception that if it is so divine, if it is so spiritual, why would you not give it for free, right? Um, when you go to doctor, do you pay him or
Yeah.
her? Yeah.
Not in the UK, but yes.
Yeah, obviously it's going through your
Most of the
taxes.
times,
Yeah,
yes.
it's going through your taxes, even
Yeah.
when you are in the UK, right? NHS is funded by your taxes, right? So you pay for it. When you do a puja, do you pay dakshina to the pujari? Right? So when you're giving money, money is a form of energy. You are exchanging energy. It could be in the money form. It could be exchanging services with each other, right? That's like give and take. And if I don't receive money, or you give somebody all the time, you are a giver, what is it gonna do to your health? You need to replenish yourself, right? You can't give until you are full, right? So that's where it comes from. And there's a concept of energetic debt. You don't want to create an energetic karma debt, so it's best to charge.
That answers your question. I hope you will be more willing for this energy exchange. And the last segment.
But I would like to say that, just I want to add it that not everything has to cost always. Even I do some charity sessions. There are people who have taught at a very, very discounted rate, or sometimes even for free. So I go by wherever it's needed. Money shouldn't be the reason why somebody can't receive it. But if you can give, why would you not give?
So, the last segment, tell us about what is Asmi Wellness? What does it offer?
Okay. Asmi Wellness, those who know, have a bit of a background of Sanskrit or from India, they would know Asmi means I am. Aham Brahmasmi is a very popular Sanskrit term. So when I started it, I wanted to offer everything that I am is, and which is not just the body or the mind or soul, but everything that, encompassing consciousness as well. Obviously, consciousness doesn't need anything added or subtracted. But yeah, so it's all the services are catered toward your mind, body, soul. I offer Reiki sessions, one-on-one, distant, or in person. There are also Reiki courses in a traditional Usi format or in a New Age Holy Fire format. So there are courses all the way from beginner level, then intermediate, professional level, and all the way up to being a Reiki master, or even for that matter, being a teacher. So those are the services. I'm also a certified reader and a teacher of Akashic Soul Records, whether they are earthly Akashic records or cosmic and galactic records. And obviously, I also collaborate with other holistic practitioners like yoga practitioners. So, there will be a lot of collaborative events that come up. So they are also listed on the website. Also astrology readings, anything really, and there are always collaborating with more people, so they're coming on board on the website. You
Great.
can see them.
And we will provide your website details. Where can they find you, contact you on the screen here, so that anyone who's interested in learning, knowing more about it, get in touch with Pallavi and Asmi team, they can reach out. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time. This was a great experience. One of my first experience to chat and record this as an interview podcast. And thank you so much for your
Thank
support.
you. I would like to say first experiences are always special. So thank you for making me part of your first experience. Thank you for inviting. I hope
Thank you.
people found something out of it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.